I spent years trying to figure this out. At this point, it's come to me. I've realized it. I'm aware of it. I can control it better. But I'm sure for a lot of you guys, you're still trying to figure out, why is this happening? Why is it that I say I want one thing and then I go ahead and the actions that I take are completely different to what I know that I want? And I'd like to introduce you guys to neuro-linguistic programming, NLP. I'm sure if you guys have gone to any sort of Tony Robbins seminar, you are very aware of NLP and the power of it. So, I started working with a coach, and I've been working with a lot of coaches and mentors. And not only do I have coaches and mentors, as I said, for the tactics, for the brass tacks, but also have coaches and mentors for my energy work and my meditative practice. So yeah, as I said, I started working with a coach, and she told me that she had the ability to predict anyone's short-term future, which is like, that's quite a tall order. So obviously I was very, very inquisitive. I was very, very interested as to what she had to say. So what she told me is that people's present is a construct of people's past. And I'd like to break this down further. So your past equals your present equals your future, therefore your future equals your past. It's all one vicious loop. You see, the reason most people feel as though they are reliving the same day again and again is because quite simply they are. The reason that your present feels like your past is because you use your past as a reference point as to what the present will hold, and your actions in the present define the future. Let me break this down quite simply. Let's say you want to build a business, and you gotta pick up the phone, you gotta make some phone sales. If in the past you have done door to door and you had the door slammed on you almost every single time, your brain uses that as a reference point to what the present will hold. So your brain goes, okay, well, shit, Tony, like, so many times you had people reject you when you did door to door sales, so they're just going to reject you again this time. So even though logically, you might listen to the motivational video or get all amped and pumped, if you don't address that old limiting belief and that thing sitting in your subconscious, it's just going to manifest in the present. And obviously what manifests in the present will dictate the future. Guys, the actions that you take in the present, that is the outcome of the future. They dictate what the future holds. So then if we look at the future, quite simply, it's just a construct of the past, right? And as I said, that is why you feel as though you're reliving the same day again and again, because as I said, quite simply, you are. And we look at the past as a reference point to what the future will hold. When we see a past riddled with failure, we assume the future will be the same. So guys, there are a lot of you that are holding on to past failures, and you're assuming that is what the present holds, even though you have zero data points. You have maybe 2 or 3 data points. Oh, I may have failed at this. When I was 6, I failed at... When I was 10, I failed at becoming a pro tennis player. When I was 18, I failed in my geometry exam. When I was 15, my dad told me that I wouldn't be anything. Whatever that is, whatever your thing is, whatever your past failure is, your past failure is holding you back, right? And guys, take as many fucking courses as you want. Do as much coaching as you want. Go to the high-end masterminds. Those are all incredible things. But at the end of the day, if you do not believe that you can do something, you will never do it. I recently had my high-end event here at my house in London a few days ago, and I was explaining to them the process that I use and will forever use to achieve my biggest dreams and my biggest goals and my biggest desires. And that's see, believe, achieve. And this sounds very cliche, and this sounds very, okay, well no shit, man. But at the end of the day, a lot of you guys are trying to achieve something that you do not believe. And when you don't believe that you can do something, you failed from the get-go. And a lot of people, they hear that and they go, okay, great, I'm just going to focus on believing it. I'm just going to close my eyes and I'm going to believe it, or like I'm going to write it down and I'm just going to believe it, and etc., etc. But the thing is, guys, you cannot believe that which you cannot see, right? And we're going to get onto this a bit later on, but as I said, my 3-step process, In order to achieve, I need to believe, and in order to believe, I need to see.